ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movies Cyborg Spider-Woman Deluxe figure. I know this has been out for a while. It's actually been in my pile of loot for quite some time. Finally, I'm getting around to reviewing this, and I will review all the other figures from this wave all together in a video later on down the line. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that video. Anyway, I do like how the packaging looks, aside from the fact that we don't get a window. A nice image of Spider-Woman. I do like the design. On one side, you can see we got Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Gwen, and we get Miles. And then on the back, there's a nice product shot of the Cyborg Spider-Woman standing at 7.9 inches tall. Then on this side, a really cool comic art image of Cyborg Spider-Woman, which I haven't seen any images of this character in any of the trailers so far. So anyway, we get a cool looking logo on the top right over there, and not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Cyborg Spider-Woman out of the packaging. And as I had said when I'd first seen the solicitation for this figure, that I really like the design a lot, and I still do. The paint apps do look pretty sweet where we see them, but there are parts where we do not, as you can see as it spins on the rotating base. And yeah, it's a thing Hasbro's done before. It's frustrating me right now, but there are still cool things to look at. So let's get a closer look at the head sculpt. Yeah, no accessories, which is a gripe of mine. I wish she had at least an interchangeable left hand. But anyway, let's get a closer look at the figure. So at the time of shooting this video, I have not seen the movie, and I do have promo images over here for comparison so I can get some kind of reference idea of how this figure is supposed to look, and it looks fairly accurate, but there are definitely some inaccuracies that we're going to go over here. I do like the spikes, the way they've pulled this off over here, these bullet shells, or that's what it looks like to me as spikes. I think that's pretty cool. I did heat these up. Some of them were a little bit more bent, so I think, you know, heating these up is a good idea. And I just like the variety of textures that we're getting on this figure. You get all these plates right over here with these little bolts on them. I think that's very cool. The paint right here with the cobweb pattern is extremely frustrating, man. I hate how it just disappears on the figure. That's my biggest gripe for sure. Like, oh God, that's so frustrating. We have this kind of brown gunmetal color right over here for these chains. Here's looking at the back. You can see some cobweb pattern painted on the back, and then it just disappears right over there and over there. Going back to the head sculpt, I freaking love the head sculpt on this thing. That looks so sick. Nice touch right here with the color variation inside those slits, and then nice touch of green deco painted right there, looking really clean. And I'm not seeing crazy marbling effect in the metal parts of the figure. Here's looking at the upper torso, looking really good. I do like it. I thought this is supposed to look like a little bit more cybernetic than it does. And you can see, like, not even before you get to the back of it, the cobweb pattern disappears. That's extremely frustrating. That upsets me, especially because this is not a cheap figure. Not a cheap figure at all. So it's like, you know, paying for the extra meat in your sandwich and you don't get the extra meat. That's what, I like food a lot. You got a molding or an injection molding hole? I don't know. It looks like it to me. But yeah, you can see the red coming through. And then you have pinless joints, which I do like. So that does feel good. It's just the paint applications, man. When you bend back over here, you don't see any weird stuff going on. This whole machine gun over here looks pretty awesome. Gatling gun, I should say. I do like that it has some variety of paint on it. I like these spikes right over here. That looks really cool. You can plug in, I think these are Hydra Stomper effects right here. So that does fit in there, and it does look pretty cool. So if you want to do that, that's a thing you can do. Do see some marbling in the plastic right over there. And I do see some nice clean spots right over here where you can see some tubes and everything. Wish they could have added a little bit more paint to that. But as promoted on the back of the packaging, the parts where you see color variation, it does match up. So that's pretty cool. I do like that they, you know, came through with that part, because I was worried about that for a minute. Here you have a tank. I guess there's like a flamethrower attached to this as well, it looks like. And this is supposed to bend halfway through. We'll go into the articulation more in a minute, but I like how clean and metallic this looks right over there. That's pretty awesome. The boots are dope. I love the details on this thing. There's a lot of cool things to look at, you know? It's just the paint. It doesn't even wait till it gets to the back of the figure and they stop, right? Or even like right over here. I don't know. But yeah, and the feet look like they're on the wrong side, but they're definitely on the correct side because you can see, you know, the strap matches right over there and everything. Nice attention to detail with the buckles. I do appreciate that, you know. God, I hate it when it looks flat right there. You get the straps painted right over there. So, yeah, I just wish they added more paint to it, man. I think it deserves it, especially for the price. It totally deserves more paint. And on this hand, too, that's really annoying also. You have just these red spikes coming up over here. That looks lame. So the articulation isn't awful, but I do have my gripes. We have the dumbbell joint right here for the neck, and I'm not that bummed out about this one. It could look up pretty far, so I do like that, and she can look down that much, shifts forward and back like a pile driver, could pivot very well right here, of course, rotate side to side very nicely. So this head joint works out very well for me. This left shoulder can move outward that far, moves only inward that much, can rotate forward, rotate back. This will move around a little bit for you. You got a bicep swivel, you have the pinless double jointed elbows that bend in that far. So that's decent range of movement right there. Then the one wrist turns side to side and hinges up and down. Then on this side right here, you can get this shoulder moving outward just that much. You could rotate forward that far, so you can get it pointing outward right there. You have a swivel right over here. This is supposed to bend right over there. So that's frustrating. Based off the artwork I saw, it's supposed to bend right here. But this does rotate over here, which is pretty neat. And then you have a diaphragm joint. And then you have some diaphragm pivoting. She crunches forward, back. I wish there was more movement right there. Hips move outward that far, and she will kick forward that much, 90 degrees, and not back at all. Ooh, God, plastic doesn't like that. Get a little bit of white stripping right over here from me just doing that right there, I think. Upper thigh cut. Then you get the pinless double jointed knees right there. No boot rotation on either side. I feel like there was an opportunity to sneak in boot rotation here for both sides, but nope. And then the ankles do move down. And then getting them to move up is a little bit more tricky. On this side, it moves up a little bit more so. This side does not move up. And you do get beautiful ankle pivot. I do wish there was toe articulation on this figure. It could totally use it. And to measure out this Cyborg Spider-Woman figure, you could see that she is standing at about 8 inches, maybe 8¼ inches tall. Advertised to be 7.9, but yeah, she stands taller than that. So I don't have a whole lot of comparisons for the Cyborg Spider-Woman, but I did want to do a value comparison. Here's the Blob, which cost about the same as this, which these are both $60. Damn, that's a $60 price point over here. This one's $55. It was produced a few years ago. A couple years ago, not even that long ago, and it came with interchangeable hands, an even set of interchangeable hands, so 4 hands plus 2 of these effect accessories. And it's taller, and it's cheaper. So this is the new normal now. It's very frustrating to see. It does not make me happy. I don't like that we're paying so much and getting less. I understand some people don't want me to be negative, but it's right in our faces right here. Look at it. Look! Then to dig into the wound a little deeper, here's Marvel Selects Apocalypse with the wrong head. This is a Marvel Legends head on there. But still, this figure came with a whole bunch of accessories, and it's priced at only $30. And so half the price, it's taller, and it came with a whole bunch of accessories too, man. So yeah, it seems like there's just too many companies dipping in. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it doesn't feel right. Then for a Spider-Cyborg comparison, here's the Cyborg Spider-Woman, and here's the Cyborg Spider-Man from the comics. And I do like how there's touches of representation of this design into this one right here, like for instance the whole arm thing and the belt and the eye thing, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and the bandage stuff, so I can see where the influence of this one came into this one right over here. Pretty cool to see. Then here's Cyborg Spider-Woman next to a couple of characters from Into the Spider-Verse, which we will not see in Across the Spider-Verse. We have Spider-Man Noir and we have Prowler. And for a Spider-Woman comparison, I had to compare this Cyborg Spider-Woman next to the classic Spider-Woman or the Skrull Spider-Woman or the Skrull Queen from the Skrull Secret Invasion 2-pack, which I haven't reviewed yet. I will review it sooner than later, so stay tuned. Then here's the Cyborg Spider-Woman next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Inner Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, pretty cool style. Very punk. I like it. Yeah, but I have to ask, who the hell makes a bra in that size? Whoop, okay. Don't need to know. Okay, I don't need to know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I hope this video helps in some kind of way in your purchase making decision process. That's what the videos are for you guys to have a good time and to inform you on whether you think you should make the decision on purchasing it or not. And I honestly, for me, I'm totally on the fence with this one. I already picked it up, but obviously if I feel happy about the value, that's what I'm talking about. And to be honest with you, I just think it should be cheaper. I feel like it's just too much for 60 bucks. It doesn't feel satisfying for that price point. It doesn't come with any effects parts, doesn't come with interchangeable hands. There's articulation missing, there's paint missing. I mean, it's a premium price and you're not getting the premium product for that price. That's how I feel about it. When I see stuff missing, it just feels like, oh, that they didn't give me everything I paid for. And that's a bad feeling to have, especially when we've had larger figures at a lower price point. So that's just incredibly frustrating. Now, I may feel different about it after I see the movie. You know, it depends on how important this version of Spider-Woman is during the film and how I feel about it, you know? So that could alter my feelings about the character, and that could affect how I feel about the figure. But at this point, price point around $60, I'm gonna give this Cyborg Spider-Woman a Sun rating of...
I'll wait for the Black Friday sale.
And I'd like to know what you guys think. I still think there's very cool things about this figure. I do like the design. I do like a lot of the aesthetics that I'm seeing over here. It's just, there's a lot of disappointments as well. But let me know how you feel about it. I always check out the comment section. And if you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. Links to everything in the description below, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face,